there, beautiful people! Welcome back to the channel where we dive deep into the stories behind the stars you love. Today we're talking about something absolutely incredible, the phenomenon that is BLACKPINK. Now, if you've been living under a rock for the past 8 years, BLACKPINK is not just a K-pop group, they're a global cultural force that completely rewrote the rules of what it means to be a girl group in the 21st century. But here's what's fascinating about their story. It wasn't supposed to happen this way. Nobody, and I mean nobody, could have predicted that 4 girls from completely different corners of the world would come together to become what many consider the biggest girl group on the planet. So grab your favorite drink, get comfortable, and let's unpack the incredible journey of BLACKPINK, from their humble beginnings as trainees to becoming the queens of pop culture. Now, before we jump into their story, I want you to think about this for a second. In 2016, the music industry was dominated by Western pop stars. The idea that a Korean girl group could headline Coachella, collaborate with Lady Gaga and Dua Lipa, and have luxury fashion houses fighting over them would have seemed absolutely impossible. But that's exactly what happened, and it all started with a vision that took years to come to life. The story of BLACKPINK begins way before 2016. Picture this, it's 2011, and YG Entertainment, one of Korea's biggest music companies, makes an announcement that would change everything. They revealed plans for a new girl group that would debut in early 2012 with at least 7 members. But here's where it gets interesting. That debut never happened. For 5 long years, fans and the industry were left wondering what happened to this mysterious girl group. Rumors flew, speculation ran wild, and some people started to think it was all just hype. What was actually happening behind the scenes was something unprecedented in K-pop. YG Entertainment was putting these girls through what can only be described as the most intense training program in the industry. We're talking about a full-time pop star academy that was, according to the girls themselves, more strict than school. Imagine living in dorms, training for 12 to 14 hours a day, learning everything from vocals and rap to dance and stage presence, all while not knowing if you'd ever actually debut. The first piece of this puzzle was Jennie Kim. At just 14 years old, this girl moved back to Seoul from New Zealand with one dream: to become a performer. She auditioned for YG Entertainment with Rihanna's Take a Bow and immediately caught their attention. But here's what's crazy. Jennie originally auditioned as a singer, but when YG discovered she could speak fluent English, they convinced her to train as a rapper too. That decision would prove to be genius. Jennie spent 6 years as a trainee, and by her own admission, there were times she wondered if she'd ever debut. But YG had big plans for her. Then came Lisa Manobal from Thailand, and her story is absolutely wild. Picture this, it's 2010, and YG Entertainment holds auditions in Thailand. 4,000 people show up. 4,000! And out of all those hopefuls, only one person passed: Lisa. She was just 13 years old when she left everything behind in Thailand to move to South Korea and pursue her dreams. When she arrived, she couldn't speak a word of Korean, but through sheer determination and incredible talent, she became fluent and developed into one of the fastest rappers in K-pop. Jisoo Kim joined the trainee program in July 2011, and her path was slightly different. She was actually scouted by SM Entertainment while attending a YG concert, but she turned them down because she already had her heart set on YG. Before BLACKPINK, Jisoo was building a name for herself as an actress, appearing in commercials for major brands like Samsung and LG, and even landing a role in the hit drama The Producers. The final piece of the puzzle was Roseanne Park, better known as Rosé. Born in New Zealand but raised in Australia, Rosé ranked first out of 700 applicants at YG's 2012 Australian auditions. Her father actually signed her up for the audition after hearing about it, and thank goodness he did. Rosé moved to Seoul and began what would be a 4-year training period, even featuring anonymously on G-Dragon's track Without You before her official debut. Now, here's where the story takes an interesting turn. Originally, YG planned to debut a 9-member girl group. Can you imagine? But as the years went by and the training continued, they made the strategic decision to narrow it down to just 4 members. In June 2016, after years of speculation, YG finally started revealing the members one by one. Jennie was first, then Lisa, followed by Jisoo, and finally Rosé. On June 29, 2016, they announced the group's official name, BLACKPINK. And the meaning behind it? According to YG, it meant pretty isn't everything, and symbolized that they were a team that encompassed not only beauty, but also incredible talent. Fun fact, the name BLACKPINK wasn't their first choice. Other names in consideration included Pink Punk, Baby Monster, and Magnum. Honestly, can you imagine them being called Pink Punk? It just doesn't have the same ring to it, does it? On August 8th, 2016, BLACKPINK officially debuted with their single album Square One, featuring Boom Baya and Whistle. And let me tell you, the impact was immediate and unprecedented. Whistle shot to #1 on South Korea's digital charts, while Boom Baya became their first #1 hit on the Billboard World Digital Songs chart. The music video for Boom Baya set records as the most viewed debut music video by a Korean act. In just 13 days, they won their first music show, the shortest time for a girl group in history at that point. But what made BLACKPINK different wasn't just their music, it was their entire concept. They brought something to K-pop that hadn't been seen before with such impact, the girl crush concept. This wasn't about being cute or innocent. This was about confidence, power, and female empowerment. They were sexy, they were fierce, and they made it clear that they were nobody's dolls. This concept would become their signature and influence countless groups that came after them. Their follow-up single album Square Two in November 2016 proved that their debut wasn't just a fluke. Playing with Fire became the first song by a Korean girl group to chart on Billboard's Canadian Hot 100, and Stay showed their versatility as artists. Within their first year, they were already breaking barriers that had stood for decades. 2017 brought As If It's Your Last, a single that showcased their ability to blend different genres seamlessly. The music video garnered over 13.3 million views in just 24 hours, a record for K-pop groups at the time. By this point, it was clear that BLACKPINK wasn't just another girl group. They were a phenomenon, but the real game changer came in 2018 with Do 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 Do. This song didn't just break records, it obliterated them. It became the first song by a Korean female group to enter the UK singles chart and receive certification from the Recording Industry Association of America. The music video set a new record for the most viewed Korean music video in 24 hours, and at one point, it was the most viewed music video by any K-pop group. Do 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 peaked at number 55 on the Billboard Hot 100, making BLACKPINK the highest charting female K-pop act at the time. Now, here's where their story becomes truly remarkable. Their global expansion? In October 2018, BLACKPINK signed with Interscope Records in partnership with YG Entertainment, giving them worldwide distribution through Universal Music Group. This wasn't just about releasing music internationally, this was about strategic global domination. The collaboration started flowing in. First came Kiss and Makeup with Dua Lipa, which became their first top 40 hit in the UK, and their second entry on the Billboard Hot 100. Then came the collaboration that nobody saw coming, Sour Candy with Lady Gaga. This track debuted at number 33 on the Billboard Hot 100 and showed that BLACKPINK could hold their own alongside any global superstar. 2019 was a pivotal year for the group. They became the first female K-pop group to perform at Coachella. And let me tell you, that performance was legendary. They didn't just perform, they commanded that stage like they owned it. The crowd was electric. The energy was insane, and suddenly everyone was talking about BLACKPINK. This wasn't just a K-pop group performing at an American festival, this was a cultural moment that opened doors for Korean artists worldwide. Their first full album, The Album, arrived in 2020 and debuted at number 2 on the Billboard 200, making them the highest charting female K-pop group in US history. Songs like How You Like That and Lovesick Girls showed their range, from hard-hitting anthems to more emotional tracks. How You Like That even set multiple YouTube records, including the most views for a video in its first 24 hours. But BLACKPINK's influence extends far beyond music, and this is where their story becomes truly fascinating. These 4 women became global fashion icons, and I'm not exaggerating when I say they changed the luxury fashion industry. Jennie became Chanel's global ambassador and earned the nickname Human Chanel. Lisa signed with Celine and Bulgari, becoming the first K-pop idol to walk for a luxury fashion house. Rosé made history as Saint Laurent's first global ambassador in 59 years, and later partnered with Tiffany and coder Jisoo, became the face of Dior and later Tommy Hilfiger. The numbers don't lie about their cultural impact. Their YouTube channel is the most subscribed and viewed music artist channel with over 91 million subscribers and 33 billion views. On Instagram, they have a combined following that rivals any global celebrity. Lisa alone has over 100 million followers, making her one of the most followed people on the platform. Their Born Pink World Tour in 2022-2023 set records as the highest grossing tour by a female group, earning $148.3 million and attracting 1.8 million fans across the globe. They headlined festivals, sold out stadiums, and proved that language is no barrier when it comes to connecting with audiences. Each member also embarked on successful solo careers. Jennie's Solo dominated charts worldwide. Lisa's La Lisa broke records for a female soloist, and her recent tracks, Rockstar and New Woman with Rosalia, continue to showcase her global appeal. Rosé's album R and its lead single On the Ground set multiple Guinness World Records. And Jisoo's Flower became a massive hit, while she simultaneously built an acting career, starring in the drama Snowdrop. But perhaps the most interesting chapter in their story is what's happening right now. In December 2023, all 4 members renewed their contracts with YG Entertainment for group activities, but chose to establish their own agencies for solo work. Lisa created LL Oud, Jennie established ODD Atelier, Jisoo launched Blizoo, and Rosé signed with the Black label. This move shows their business acumen and desire for creative control while maintaining their bond as a group. Today, BLACKPINK continues to break barriers and set new standards. Lisa is making her acting debut in HBO's The White Lotus and has become Louis Vuitton's house ambassador. Jennie is starring in HBO's The Idol alongside The Weeknd. Rosé recently achieved 8 Guinness World Records as a solo artist, and Jisoo continues to excel in both music and acting. Their influence on pop culture cannot be overstated. They've inspired countless artists, changed beauty standards, influenced fashion trends, and proven that Asian artists can achieve global success without compromising their identity. They've broken down cultural barriers and paved the way for the Korean wave to reach new heights. The numbers really show their impact. BLACKPINK has over 49 million followers on their official Instagram account, making them one of the most followed music groups worldwide. Their individual accounts are equally impressive. Lisa leads with over 100 million followers, followed by Jennie, Rosé, and Jisoo, all ranking among Korea's top celebrities in social media influence. But their impact goes beyond metrics. Time magazine included them in their 100 Next list, crediting them with heralding a new era of Korean acts stepping past language barriers to play global stages. Bloomberg wrote that alongside BTS, BLACKPINK has achieved a level of global popularity unprecedented in the history of music. The BBC recognized them as one of South Korea's best-known cultural exports. In South Korea, they've consistently ranked on the Forbes Korea Power Celebrity 40 list, first place in 2019 and 2024, showing their sustained influence. They were also the first girl group to make Forbes' 30 Under 30 Asia list, highlighting their cultural impact. Their fashion influence represents a seismic shift in the luxury industry. Before BLACKPINK, luxury brands primarily focused on Western celebrities. But these 4 women changed everything. When Jennie posts wearing Chanel, the brand's engagement skyrockets. Posts featuring her receive 20 times more engagement than average posts. Similarly, Dior's posts featuring Jisoo achieve significantly higher interaction rates. This isn't just about endorsement deals, it's about cultural power. When Lisa attends a Celine show, it causes chaos among fans and fashion insiders. When Rosé walks for Saint Laurent, she becomes the first K-pop idol to close a major luxury fashion show. These are cultural moments showing how Korean pop culture became central to global luxury fashion. Their music videos have become cultural events. How You Like That broke the record for most views in 24 hours for any video on YouTube. The anticipation for their releases creates global conversations, trending topics, and viewing parties across time zones. Their fans, Blinks, have created one of the most organized fandoms worldwide, capable of trending hashtags globally within minutes. What's particularly impressive is how they've maintained artistic integrity while achieving commercial success. They haven't changed their core message to appeal to different markets. Instead, they've made the world come to them. Their songs still feature Korean lyrics, their visuals incorporate Korean aesthetics, and they proudly represent their heritage while appealing globally. The individual members' recent achievements have been remarkable. Lisa's collaboration with Rosalia on New Woman debuted at number 4 on the Billboard Global 200. Her upcoming role in The White Lotus marks her transition into Hollywood, making her one of the first K-pop idols to land a major American acting role. Jennie's role in HBO's The Idol made her the first Korean idol to feature in an American drama series. Her agency, ODD Atelier, represents her desire for creative control and sets a precedent for other K-pop artists. Rosé's Grammy nominations and 8 Guinness World Records as a solo artist prove BLACKPINK's success isn't dependent on being together. Each member has individual talent and fan base to succeed independently. BLACKPINK represents something bigger than music. They represent possibility. They showed that 4 girls from different countries could come together, work incredibly hard, stay true to themselves, and conquer the world. They proved that talent, determination, and authenticity can break through any barrier. Looking at their journey from trainees spending years preparing in dorms to becoming global superstars, it's impossible not to be inspired. They faced uncertainty, criticism, and the pressure of representing not just themselves, but Korean culture on a global stage. And they didn't just succeed, they exceeded every expectation. So, what's next for BLACKPINK? With their individual projects flourishing and their group contract renewed, the future looks incredibly bright. They've mastered the art of balancing solo success with group chemistry, something many artists struggle with. Whether they're dominating charts individually or setting stages on fire together, BLACKPINK continues to prove that they're not just a moment, they're a movement. The story of BLACKPINK is far from over. If anything, we're witnessing the beginning of their next chapter. And if their past is any indication, that chapter will be filled with more records, more boundaries broken, and more young people around the world realizing that their dreams, no matter how big, are absolutely achievable. That's the power of BLACKPINK. They didn't just change music, they changed what we believe is possible. And honestly, that might be their greatest achievement of all. All right, beautiful souls, that's our deep dive into the incredible world of BLACKPINK. What did you think? Did their journey inspire you as much as it inspired me? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I genuinely love hearing from you all. If this video made you appreciate their story even more, show some love with a like, and don't forget to subscribe for more incredible stories about the artists shaping our world. Until next time, keep dreaming big, and remember, if BLACKPINK taught us anything, it's that with talent, hard work, and authenticity, anything is possible. See you in the next one.